Welcome to
Grab Life by the Horns.
Powered by Legacy Builders Global, and we are Jennifer Pecan and
Jan-Mark Pecan. Welcome to today's episode of Grab Life by the Horns, with today's topic, I don't feel like it. Because we picked that topic because we had quite a difficult week, to be honest, and we want to give you some motivation and some insights how it sometimes looks behind the scenes, and that I don't feel like it is something that a lot of people use as an excuse, including us sometimes, but we're very well aware of when we're doing it. And it's probably a phrase that has killed more dreams than competition ever will. How do you think about that?
To be honest, today I don't feel like to do the podcast, but because we are super tired, to be honest, and I had to smile a little bit when you said a little bit of motivational things. This has nothing to do with motivation. This has only something to do with discipline, and we already talked about that. This is you cannot motivate yourself to be there. You just have to do it, and it's just like it's not a motivational thing. It's like the kick in the ass.
Well, yeah, that's true. And so to look back at our week, well, nothing went like it was planned, more or less. The results are great, but it didn't went according to the plan. And right now, it's usually we go to bed between midnight and 1 a.m. Because we have so much stuff to do. And one of us maybe gets 3 hours of uninterrupted sleep because our son right now sleeps not very well. So that means somebody will need to calm him down at night sometimes. And we are doing basically a shift. So that means that at least every second week you have about 5 hours of sleep if you can sleep through whatever happens during the night. And that's the thing. And if you, like, in the evening we're sometimes really tired and we don't really feel like doing work then, and for all the great reasons, it's like, yeah, let's just chill one night, let's just, like, tomorrow is another day, like all the things you tell yourself probably as well. But nevertheless, we managed this week to work every evening. Sometimes not as effective, maybe, as it could be, but sometimes it's not about being like at your peak potential or being effective. Sometimes it's just you have to do administrative stuff as well.
You have to get things done,
and you have to get things done, and you can do invoicing. You can do like.
This is a great point, and I don't want to interrupt you, but it's
no.
What we do at night as well, and you might think, at night I cannot do this, I cannot do that, and I feel so tired for this. And then you pick. So this helps me. I go through my to-do list and I check, okay, what I can do, which is easy for me to step into the work to this evening. The first thing what we did, and this is normally what we not do, is we drink a coffee at night.
Yeah.
And after Felix went to bed, because usually, of course,
9 p.m. Around 9 p.m.
Around 9 p.m. And the coffee here is very strong. What we do, what we make, and I would feel more drinking a wine or a beer or sometimes just chilling, like Jan-Mark said. But we decided to drink the coffee to push us as well, because then for the next 2 hours you cannot go to bed anyway. With this coffee.
True.
And it's not changing your mood. You are not in the mood that you get it done. But if the to-do list is so long, and the people who are with me in the mastermind group, they know how full my to-do list was this week, and I did not manage to do everything on time. But I do the things what I can get done. Like, I don't do the fancy stuff, which I have to be super creative. I just get the things done what's easy to do and what I have a quick check on my list, because this motivates you, and then you say, okay, then I can do this as well. This is fast done as well, and so it went out that I did all the things what I had to do. in this like per project on one evening, because then this gives you the motivation to go further and further. And but on the other side, we have as well the problem that we don't have enough time this week to do all the things, because some things didn't went
as planned.
And as planned, like Mark already said. So we decided to work tomorrow on Sunday. But on the other side, I have already I planned already the rewarding because Felix has a holiday in 1 week, and we are going and spend 2 nights outside, like in another area here, which is an amazing area, and I'm looking really forward to that, to relax a little bit with my family. There they have an indoor pool, and I can do massage and all the things like that. So this is like my rewarding, and this keeps me motivated to push through the next week as well, because then this 2 nights or like 2 days, 2 nights, whatever it will come, will be off. Like this is like, if I'm there, I can do the creative part again.
And this is what popped into my mind is this is for all our universe believers, or however
Me,
you want.
For example.
You, for example. It's the universe rewards action. Okay, the more action you take, no matter if it's the right, the wrong, if it's in the right direction or the wrong direction, something is going to happen if you take action. And this is the other thing is people talk always about the law of attraction, but the law of attraction doesn't work if you have a glass of wine on the couch. It's like, what do you want to attract? Netflix? That's not how it works. But if you write an email in the evening, if you it's like, and Jennifer is right. Sometimes you have to find those quick wins that like you can get a check off in the box, and if it's even like I have to do the mail, or I have to pay an invoice, or like it can be like the stupid things, like even if you don't feel like maybe work, then maybe like cleaning the dishes or emptying the dishwasher, or something that gets you in action. Because as soon as you start to move, and this is the part of physics, okay? And we're not going to discuss like physics, but objects in rest stay in rest. We all know that, and objects in movement stay usually in movement. We all know that when you hit the gas on the car, it takes a massive amount of work for the engine to get the car moving. If the car is moving even at 100 miles or 100 kilometers an hour, it tends to move, even if you try to brake or hit a wall. So those things is, and that's like this. I don't feel like is really, it's dangerous because it's an excuse, but it's like it's not a direct excuse, because you don't feel the direct effect. But it's this compounding effect works, and there's a book, The Compounding Effect. It works in both directions. It works in the positive and in the negative. Because the moment when you do an evening of work, and you do the next evening of work, you are suddenly more motivated to do the third evening of work, even though if it might not be as effective. And we were really proud, and that's what we said yesterday when we finally hit the bed at 12:30 at night or something like that. Jennifer said, I'm really proud that we like pushed through that week and had all these late evenings, because don't be misled. It drains energy. It drains energy. It's not like we're not the kind of persons that want to work 24/7, and that work is the only thing we care about. We want to enjoy the time as well with our son, and we want that he has that free time. And that's another thing is, for those of you who have kids or commitments, because we need to, basically one needs to stop working at about 4:15 p.m. in order to pick Felix up, and then usually he's home by 5:30 ish, and then both of us more or less do a break until he goes to bed, which is around 8, then one has to bring him to bed, which usually takes until 9, until he falls really asleep. And the other one can maybe start working or use it as a personal break. But this stops all the momentum you might have gained over the afternoon. And it's really difficult then to motivate yourself.
And I just want to point this out, like, and for those of you who have kids, and to bring your kids to bed, and the weekends are the most difficult ones, because Felix still does his sleep during lunchtime, and or like after lunch, and when you bring kids to bed and you have to calm them down, you calm down yourself as well. So that means that that you get tired as well, and then after that, to motivate yourself, to kick yourself in the butt, that you can work, and that you are working and doing things, is even more difficult, because we ask him, and basically everybody thinks, oh, please don't let me the one today that I have to bring him to bed, because you are more tired than before. And at the moment it's a little bit lucky for me, because Jan Mark is the hero at the moment for Felix.
Lucky me.
Even at night when I have the shift plans, I get screamed and yelled that his daddy has to come. So, but finally he accepts me as well. But this is really exhausting, and when we have the coaching, and we speak with our coaches as well, it's not about time management, it's about energy management, and this you cannot count how many times we said during the day, actually I don't feel like that. This is maybe like 70% of the day in tough times, where we say, well, I don't feel like that. But we do it anyway, and this is what you have to do as well. And I had a call, or like a WhatsApp exchange with one of my friends and with one of our partners, and some of you know her as well. And she had a tough week as well with less sleep. So it seems to be something from the universe this week, that a lot of people get this exhausting week. And she pushed through as well. And she said, well, you know what? It's okay, because I will not put the alarm on Saturday, and it just will sleep as soon as I have my energy back. I will start working again. So, well, I would love to do this too, but this is not working. So on the other side, she said, if I would have a kid, I would have somebody kick me in the butt to get up early and to get more work done. As well. So you can see the pros and cons on this side, and we manage the things like with shift plans, that if we are really so exhausted, that we take our time off and try to relax a little bit to get the energy back, basically.
Yeah, but also we use like the coffee in the morning. We use it as a possibility for strategic planning. We discuss different things. And to get the business going, but also to get the brain going. Yeah. Because the brain is dominated by the thoughts you put in. Yeah. And if you think about business, then that's what your brain's gonna spit out, all of the ideas, all of the information. If you talk about, this morning we talked about, for example, about health and food, because I put on a documentary yesterday while I was writing something, because sometimes that helps.
That's good. That's what I was thinking before as well. It's a good point.
Sometimes it helps. It helps if you.
Put a series on,
or something. Put a series on. It doesn't matter. Whatever. Like if you say I want to watch the series, then watch the series and get some work done. Even though you might not be at your peak potential at that moment, but you are still like, okay, I'm getting it done. Yeah. And that's the important point, is that you get stuff done, that you keep moving. Basically, you always have to keep moving, even if it's slow. Every step counts.
Yes.
Like if you have the goal to be financially free, if you have the goal to make your next career move, to have a family, to start running a marathon, whatever the goal basically is, is every step counts towards that journey, and that's something we also realized when we started training with Jillian Michaels, and her app is, and she repeats that all the time in workouts. It's like, thank you for showing up. That's one thing she says, and the other thing is, even if you don't like perform at 100% on that day in the workout, it's better to have the 80% than nothing. And these are the things in business too. It's sometimes it's easier to, or it's better to have 80% done than nothing.
Better done than none, and this is as well like if you, for example, a lot of people, I don't feel like it comes a lot of times when it comes to social media and to be visible outside, okay? And
oh, that's a good one.
This is thank you. And as well to go on live, or like for the ladies, like oh, I don't have my makeup on today, or I don't dress like this. Yes, you show up like this is the authenticity, because men's, sorry to disappoint you here, but we are not born with makeup in our face, so sometimes we don't look like this, like in the magazines, but to show up then as well, and to do the live, and even so you think, okay, actually I'm in the move of something, but I said, okay, I'm doing this, and I put out the appointment there, and you show up. It doesn't have to be perfect, and we have so many people, or we meet so many people, they say, oh, I would love to do the videos, but it has to be perfect. I don't like this animated self-made videos or something like that, and I want to have like a TV crew or a video crew, and
they never do it.
Yeah, and to get it edited in the perfect way, I have to think about what I'm talking, and they spend weeks to make one copyright for the video. It's tough in the beginning not doing this, not go out there and be not perfect. It's really tough to do this, and it's totally out of your comfort zone. But at the end, it's not about of course it's important how you show up and how you present yourself, but more important is the content. Let everybody know what you think and what your opinion is on that, because at the end, people don't buy how you look, or how you if the video is perfect or not. It's just if they don't know you, they will never buy from you, or they will never do business with you. They will because people want to know you, and these days with social media, watch a TikTok and all the things like that, how many people they show up there every day and do the things. This is incredible, and this momentum and these opportunities are insane. Why you are not out there? Why you are not out there? And this is so important. Doesn't matter if you look every day perfect or not. Go out there and do the stuff which is needed.
Exactly. It's all this trying to be perfect, okay, or trying to be everybody's darling will not work. And we can do a podcast actually on everybody's darling. That's a good topic. But the thing is, if you don't feel like it, do it anyway. I mean, it sounds cliche, yes, but I'm reminded on a quote I read from Arnold Schwarzenegger this week, when people told him, I don't want to look like you, his answer was, don't worry, you never will. Because it takes discipline, and I'm sure at one day I will be able to get an interview with him, but that during his time, and even now, and if you see The Rock, because he's very present on Instagram, or Mark Wahlberg, who's also very present with the 4 a.m. club. Yeah. I'm sure they have days where they don't feel like getting up at 2:30 at night or training like hell and sweating, because we all have those days. But what sets them apart is they do it anyway.
That's true.
And that's the thing, that even if you have a job and you have a day where you say like, I don't feel like doing my job today really, really good, because for whatever reason, if you do it anyway, you will be already better than everybody else, because you, like, at least 20 to 30% of the time, I would say, we don't feel like doing something. Because especially when you get like bad news, when something doesn't go according to plan, when there is like whatever is happening, like life gets in the way, basically. Always. But when you get bad news, then usually you don't really feel like, you more feel like, okay, let's call it a day and have a glass of wine. And sometimes we do that, and sometimes we do it, and it's okay to do it, and it's also okay to not feel like doing something. But if you really want to have that success, if you really want to have a different life, then I don't feel like it every time when you like catch yourself saying it to yourself, or you catch somebody like your business partner or your significant other is like, I don't feel like doing that today. Then it's like, you should be aware that, okay, here it comes, and let's do it anyway. Because right now is the thing you have to do. And I think this week, with all what's going on, every evening we didn't feel like it. I mean, one evening I was so exhausted I could not even like write German, which is my first language, a straight sentence, because it's sometimes you're just done.
That's true, and but you don't know, if we tell this to you, that we work every night this week. You know, we have other topics and other parts of our life where we not do the things what need to be done to make things happen. And for us, for example, it's really tough when it comes to sports and nutrition, because these are the things we are not focusing on that much. And and this is where we have to, and we are not really good accountability partners for each other. That's
true.
a problem. And we did not found a really good accountability partner so far that they can kick us in the butt as much as possible, as needed. So we don't feel like doing sports, or we don't feel like eating healthy today, or we don't feel like not taking the chocolate bar or whatever. Is pretty much, like, I would say 90% the case, that we do what we feel comfortable with and not what's needed to get the shape what we want, or that we get like the fitness done what we want, because we focus on the business part, and we are totally aware of that we don't get the results what we want for our body and for our fitness, because we are not showing up every day
because of the choices what we do.
Exactly. So it's not that we say business is just like an example here, and it works for us in business. So whatever your goals are for 2021, or whatever your goals
or the rest of 2020.
Exactly, or like a short-term, middle-term, long-term, whatever, like focus on the priorities you set, and if it's nutrition, it's nutrition, and then do the best and do everything in the nutrition base, and everything what's collaborate with that. If it's like in the business part, then it's in the business part. If it's like doing something for your kids because this is part of your priorities, then do this. But even though if you're really excited of a project, and I'm super excited at the moment for our projects, and maybe this keeps me as well like awake, I would say,
probably
to do some stuff. But even though if you're really excited, you still have the feeling sometimes, I don't feel like it. Even the project is super exciting for you, but you have to do a decision, and you make a decision. If you do it like consciously or subconsciously, you make the decision, and showing up is a decision.
Yeah, I mean, but it's a good point. We're really weak on this healthy food stuff and things like that, because for us it's I wouldn't say it's not a priority. We do it, but on the other hand, it's not as much a priority as it maybe could be.
It's the first thing we drop when it comes to a stressful day. So this is like we compensate a lot of things with food or with not doing sports. Or if we have less time, the sports is the first thing we drop. And if we had a stressful day, the first thing what we do is like thinking about pizza, burger, fast food, chocolate, or something like that.
Yeah, because these things are, and there I'm really grateful that when I wrote to Johannes that we're gonna restart the push-up challenge which we had earlier this year.
From time to time, always.
That he says yes, because we know that, and then he said how many, and I said well 50. So everybody he talked to said like this is crazy to start with 50, but we see really after 1 week we see the effect, because like in the beginning we did sets of 10, and on Monday we started, and it was like the 10 already was like after 8, like it was already burning. And now I'm proud because I can do 20 in a row, which is a big step for just 1 week. And so, but it just shows if you show up, if you make that decision, and then you have to find somebody that supports it, you can do it. And now at every morning, for me at 9, 8 for him, we do that, and it's like 10 minutes maybe max. And we also do it with a video call, so nobody can dodge the bullet. And we talk about other stuff as well, business stuff, private stuff, whatever is going on. So it doesn't really feel like it's that bad, but it's more like you have a call with a friend, and a byproduct is a little bit of fitness. And this eating, yeah, we're really weak on that, because it's like, especially in stressful times, you don't want to sit down and cook and cut and like prepare and everything, so it's easier to order. And naturally I tend more to burgers, pizza and whatever than to a salad, because it's like this is my short-term reward system that is somehow broken. On that particular thing, we're all in for the long-term rewards on investing, on business. We know you have to put in the long-term work, but sometimes we need this little reward. That's like what Jennifer said when she said we're gonna do a 2-day staycation, I would say, and go to a different part of the island just to see something different. It's a little reward that keeps her going, and for me, just sometimes having this fast food, or however you want to call it, is a reward for myself. I'm rewarding myself for the tough day I had, or for the work I put in.
But you regret it afterwards.
I regret it afterwards.
So it's not really a reward.
Nah, it's a reward when I have it. It's not a reward afterwards. It's like jumping out of an airplane. It sounds like a good idea until you basically have to jump. And we know what we're talking about because we did it. And so these are really the things, like when you don't maybe because we're nearing the 30-minute mark, is don't try to use I don't feel like it and try to eliminate everything at once. If you say if your goal is like I want to eat healthier, I want to do more sport, and I want to start a business, like the 3 things, then pick one and eliminate I don't feel like working on my business first, if that's your first priority. Or if you say I don't feel like eating healthy, then start changing that first, and then maybe like 4 weeks down the road or 6 weeks down the road, you then say like, okay, now I still say I don't feel like training, and then you start training with an accountability partner. Don't try to like do everything at once, because you just get frustrated.
Exactly, it doesn't have to be 100%. For example, for the nutrition part, like pizza is totally my food as well. And Xenia asked the other day like this question, what is your favorite food? And I can, like, food is my favorite thing. Like, I love eating and I love good food, but pizza is one of the things, one of my favorites. And when we go out and there's a good pizza, I would order the pizza. But we started as well to order like one pizza and share it, and one salad and share it, because like if you eat salad to that, then you eat less pizza. So, but you still have the taste. So it doesn't have to be 100%. But you know, the first step is like reduce it and still have fun with it. Like we don't have to avoid everything what makes fun or what is good for us, but just be aware of that and make really conscious decisions. And this is basically
I think that,
basically the point.
But this is a good way to end this episode. Is don't eliminate all of the fun, and if you don't feel like it, it's okay sometimes, but don't let it be like the dominant force driving you. You have to do the work, and then sometimes you can still say, I don't feel like it, and I feel more like Netflix and couch today, and maybe having a glass of wine or a good conversation.
Yep. Very good point. I would say we are at the end for this week.
That we are out. See you next week, guys. Bye.
Bye.
Do you want to get paid? Introducing Legacy Builders Global, where everybody gets paid. We don't create investors. We create legacy builders. Legacy Builders Global. Visit us at www.legacybuildersglobal.com.